Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leathercraft, and we are well on our way to making a cool rustic leather purse. Now, chapter 3. This is going to be a little bit shorter chapter because we're simply going to add our spots. But for me, I love spots and I use them on almost every project because they're inexpensive, they look great, and they are super easy to set. In fact, all we need is a craft knife and some cardboard. No kidding, you'll see exactly what I mean. But let's don't just think of spots for the project we're working on. Let's take that a step further. Pre-existing projects. Say something we made a number of years ago. We love it, wear it. We can drop in some spots, change the look of that 180 degrees. Okay, let's take that a step further. And I know you're thinking, Chuck, let's move forward. But one more thought on that, we will. Think of pre-existing products. We bought a pair of boots, belt, hat, purse, bag. We can drop in spots, change the whole look, and absolutely make it our own. All right, any spot, any leather, any liquid tool hardware I use in this video, weaverleathercraft.com, or look below. We've got links, going to take you straight to the website, and you're not just going to see the spot we're using, going to see a wide array of them. All right, let's step over here and drop in some spots. Now, I love the water buffalo, but it's a little hard to mark. It's a little hard to see the marks. So we're going to set this aside for now. We're going to take out a piece of edge tan. Now, the best way to set a spot, hands down, is a machine we sell and make in-house called the Little Wonder. Now, sets all manner of spots, rivets, grommets, eyelets, guides, no pneumatic, no electrical needed, bolts right onto her table, and for us crafters, good price. It's affordable, all right? Don't have one. So let's jump over to a hand setter. Now, with a hand setter, all I have here is a throat and a post with a concaved end. Now, these are size specific, so 1/4 inch spot, 1/4 inch setter. Now, with this, let's say I'm going to hit a mark right there, all right? I'm going to take a spot and simply load it in either end of the throat, but I'm going to leave my tines sticking out. I'm going to take my post, concave end down, and drop that in. Let's put that on a piece of scrap so my tines have room to move through the leather, and I'm going to straddle that mark. This, to me, is the only downside to this tool. It's a good tool, but I have a hard time straddling, a hard time seeing it, and it always seems to move on me a little bit. Now, when we jump over to the next way we're going to set spots, no issues there. All right, so I'm going to put about 70% of pressure here and about 30% here. There we go. Okay, set a pretty clean spot. Nice and flush. That's what I'm looking for. My tines, clean and straight on the back. Now, I can take my setter, drop that right back on my tines, and drop that in. All right, that's set. It's pretty easy. The problem is, those are absolutely sticking above the leather. I can feel them. Those are going to snag or grab on something almost immediately. Okay, let's step over to my favorite way to set spots. Now, I'm going to take the same veg, but let's add in a little palette made of just cardboard. What this is going to do is I'm going to use my craft knife to make my tine holes. And this will keep my blade from getting dinged. Okay, gives it, again, room to move through the leather. All right, so right here, let's say we're going to hit a mark right there. Now, 5 steps to this, but they're all simple, all make sense. I'm going to take a spot, simply press on both sides. I can see I am perfectly straddled there. Okay, let's take our craft knife. Now, I don't want to make an enormous hole. I want to make a hole about the size of the tines, but that to me is a little bit impossible. So I'm just going to make a small hole here, and I'm going to try my spot in this. Let's see if that slips through easily. And it does. Nice. Okay. And notice too, I've got a little hole there, but once we set this, we won't see that. And also too, clean and flush. All right. Next step, let's put it on our little palette and give it just a small tap. Just enough, not to ding it, but to sink that into our leather. Okay. Let's flip it over. I'm going to bend my tines in or out, doesn't matter. And the last step, I'm going to drop this on my marble. You can see I actually use this corner quite often for this. I'm going to drop that in and give it 2 easy pops. Not enough again to ding it. But now on the back, I can't even feel those tines. They've actually sunk in. That is a well set spot. Okay? So, with our main body here, this looks like it could absolutely be tedious. And a lot of leather work, well, it can be, and that's just the way it is. But what I can do, instead of setting one spot at a time, mark it, punch it, hit it, right? what I can do is just take my tines or my spot and just work my way all the way around. All right? Come back with my palette, cut all the way around. This literally will cut your time in half. Still a little tedious, but that's not the point. The point is the outcome. All right, so what I'm going to do, just like that, I'm going to start to mark, press that in. There we are. Now again, the camera will never see that, and I barely can, but I'm just going to drop my tine, my outside tine, right in my groove, make my mark, and let's see if that'll fit right down in there. It does, clean and easy. Okay, so I'm going to do all 5 steps, one at a time, all the way around, and our spots will be set. And there we are. Okay, that looks good. Now, are these spots absolutely perfect? No. First off, handmade. Not going to be perfect, hand set. But secondly, though, quick and easy, and the coolest trick about simply using a craft knife is that you'll only find setters for the common shapes of spots. In fact, mainly only the round. But there are all manner of diamonds and pyramids and conicals and puppies and doggies and hats and kitties. All right? With a craft knife, you can set any spot no matter what. All right, so our spots are set. That looks great. In fact, that antique brass, it looks like it was made to go with this leather. All right, so chapter 4, follow me there. We're going to set our chisel holes and hand sew this together, and we are that close to getting done.